All right, we're live. We're live. We're live. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Live. Live. All right. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Y'all hear me? Okay. All right. Let's make sure. Couple people know we're live right now. Good to me. Sorry, y'all. Let me know that we're live right now. Sorry about that. Hope y'all can hear me okay. Can y'all hear me okay? I'm not gonna sneeze right there. But make sure y'all can hear me okay. Just say something in the comments section or in the live chat to make sure y'all can hear me okay. Oh, actually, let me tell X Twitter that we're live as well. Mm-hmm. Oh, comment. Thank you, Constance. Thank you. She's so karma. Thank you, homie. I appreciate that. Just make sure everything is okay. Like so you can hear me okay, which is good. Everybody know that we're live right now, so everyone wants to tune in, talk about DreamCon with me. That'll be great. That'll be awesome. But hope everyone's having a good weekend. End of the weekend right now, Sunday. Get ready to start a brand new week. Yay! But yeah, man, it feels like DreamCon was yesterday. And honestly, it feels like DreamCon was yesterday, and here we are. Fast forward, actually about a week. Yeah, it's been about a week. It's been about a week since DreamCon, and man, it was fun, man. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Now let's go like back to like the beginning of it, not like the pure beginning of DreamCon, but like the first time it was announced for 2025. So obviously, as we all know, DreamCon last year, DreamCon 2024, took place in Austin. Now we knew that it was going to be at a different location because the Austin convention was going through some renovations. So there was a speculation, be like, where is she going to be at for 2025, right? Now they made this announcement early August, where we're actually in the middle of my birthday stream from last year of Mario Kart, right? So this was in like early August, right? And the way how they did it was that they had to, like, if some like a high school student was going to a college for sports program, they have like all the hats and actually which hat it is. So like they had like Miami, Atlanta, Vegas, LA, Houston, all that type of shit, right? Now, I think a lot of us are all saying like, please don't let it be in the West Coast. First, there's already a lot of money, and the traveling is going to be ridiculous, right? For me, Atlanta made no sense to me because you have MomoCon and you have Dragon Con, right? New York definitely make it. Well, there were rumors that New York could have had a shot right there, but like New York already has so many cons right there. Like they're featured in NYC most of the time, right? And then you have New York Comic Con, so it's like, why would it be over there, right? So when they said it was Houston, I'm like, it only makes sense. It only makes sense, bigger than Austin, bigger location right there. And Pacific Celebrity is from Houston. So like it all makes sense in the world, right? But the problem I had was when they announced it, right? But it's like, oh wait, tickets gonna go on sale too. Because it's like, wait, what? We were just there, and you want us to buy tickets already right there? But great, I still did because I love DreamCon, but it was still like, oh hold on, live. But it was still annoying though. It was still very annoying. But fast forward, here we are. It was in May. It is not going to be in Philly. As much as I have a love for that, it ain't going to be in Philly. It's not. It's not. Like honestly, they're from Texas. They rather be in their home state. Like I think being in their home state would be the best option for them to do. Honestly, it would. But like that would be funny if it was in Philly right there. Like I can never say I've been in Philly, but that'd be funny though, right? Now it was odd being in May. It was, but as everyone we're talking about that is that I feel as though they tried July, but July was probably booked. Normally July is when they normally do DreamCon. So I feel as though the convention was already busy in May. So like I mean in July. So which is why they had to do May. And I feel as though MomoCon was pissed because it's like, damn, that's after our con right there. Like, what the fuck? Like, July's been a great month for DreamCon right there. I mean, yeah, San Diego Comic Con's in that same month, but it's like I don't think they really care. There's not much of a big difference from being from There's really not much of a big difference from San Diego Comic Con. Like San Diego Comic Con will still get their numbers. DreamCon will still get their numbers. So I feel as though it being in July wouldn't matter, right? Now, I was looking forward to, meeting people for the first time that I collab with on Twitch, seeing old friends, making new ones. If it's one thing about DreamCon, I feel so a lot of people get nervous about is that like they're like, okay, I'm going by myself. Am I gonna know anybody? Blah blah blah. This, that, and the third, right? Like it is very. I say this for all cons, but DreamCon specifically, it is very difficult for you to go to DreamCon and not make any new friends. Like it is very difficult for you not to make any new friends at DreamCon. There is like the first time I went was 2023. I went by myself. Like 9 times out of 10, I meet new people at cons. 9 times out of 10. So when I went in 2023, met some people, made new friends. 2024 was the same thing. Saw some returning friends, made new friends right there. And this year right here, I would say like this is probably the first time that I went with somebody. My one friend Pam, it was her first time going to DreamCon. It was funny is that I met Pam at New York Comic Con last year in 2024. I told her, "Yo, you gotta go to DreamCon." Oh, yeah, well, yeah, facts, facts. Like it's for it's some like I said, you're gonna meet new people unless you're a dickhead. You don't want to meet new people. Okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? But like it is very difficult for you not to make any new friends. Like it really isn't. Like I said, my one friend, it was her first time. She made 3 new friends from waiting in line. You know what I'm saying? And already an Instagram called the DreamCon baddies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, you click just like that. You click just like that, and that's pretty dope. But yeah, no. I told my one friend Pam about this. She went to my friend Jessica about this at New York Comic Con as well. She went like it's amazing how like you can spread the word about DreamCon and people will be there. And fast forward, we come to DreamCon weekend right there, and like Houston, Houston was great. Like Houston was great. Now I get it. It was different for a lot of people because they're used to the Austin convention, but like this one was just a lot better. Like I feel as though the city was better. The venue was a lot better because it was bigger. Pause. It was like everything about Houston was just a lot better than Austin. It really was. And I would say the ticket lines where you gotta pick up your tickets right there. Uh, Yeah, that was me. First, I'm making lady friends at a con the best time. Right? See, I'm telling you, like, if you can't make friends there, then I mean, maybe you don't fuck with people. Okay, that's cool. I'm saying like you don't have to fuck anybody right there. Like, I get all that, but like it's difficult not to. Like if you don't want to make a new friends at DreamCon, then honestly, if you're not there to make any new friends, it's like what are you there for then? It's like what are you there for then? You know what I'm saying? Like what are you there for? What are you there for? Now, the one thing I will say about DreamCon, I still love them, but they have some issues as well. It's like when it comes to their programming, the app announcing things, like they they gotta get better at organizing things. Like for once again, I hear that the premium badges. By the way, if you're here in the live right now, please give this video a like. It helps the channel a lot. Please get the likes up in here right now. I see 4 people here. Please give this video a like. I really do appreciate that. Um, no, like the premium badges, I heard they're not worth it. I heard they are not worth it. I heard that people were still having issues with the whole RSVP thing. Like I heard that was an issue. Um, them announcing, last minute activities at the last minute, like that was annoying. From the premium badges. Yeah, like I said, the premium badges are not worth it. I mean, from what I heard, they're not worth it. Like, I don't agree with paying that much more money for premium badges. I just can't do that. I really can't. Like, what are the big advantages? You skip the line, okay, but what are some other big advantages that that's worth getting a premium badge? Like, y'all let me know, because I really do not know. I really really do not know. But like I said, they have to do a better job at that. But honestly, I don't see that changing right there. I really don't. I really don't see that changing right there. But it is what it is, though. But the first day I got there was the content creator cookout. There were a lot of like pre-party activities going on that Thursday. Like literally by the time I landed, got my lift, got to my hotel room, got the badges, which the badges lines weren't as bad as before. Like, well, then again, my friend yesterday, that's here right there. She could tell you that she was in the line for 2 hours that Friday, which is crazy because I feel as though like Friday wouldn't be as bad because a lot of people showed up on Thursday. They're trying to get their badges, get over with, bam, you know what I'm saying, get it over with, don't worry about doing it on Friday. Yeah, my friend Jessica, she was there on Friday in line for like 2 hours, which is crazy. Like the longest part is waiting inside the room to get the badge. By the time you're in the room to get the badges, you're good. You'll be in there for like maybe like 5 minutes, right? Like 3 to 5 minutes, right? But waiting to get in there was crazy. Yeah, yeah. She told me she was there. She's in line for 2 hours. And I'm like, because I really thought that okay, they'd be fine because, like I said, I thought that majority of people got their badge on Thursday. I guess that wasn't the case. A lot of people waited till I guess a lot of people showed up on Friday instead of Thursday to get their badge right there, and it's like, lesson learned, y'all. Like I said, if you want to get your badges early, do that. Get your badges early. Do not wait. Do not wait until Friday. Do not wait until Friday. But Thursday was like I said, was the content creator cookout. That was a lot of fun. Me and my friend Pam, we got there pretty early. Like, I think she commented on the activity saying like, "Is it color people time or white people time?" And they said white people time. We're like, okay. We got there at like 2:30. The event started at 2. We got there at 2:30. We were the first ones. We were the first ones there, and it was like, okay, we met everybody there. She got a shirt. I gotta say this: their food was good. The chef did his thing right there, and he had mac and cheese. Now, obviously, being in the South, cookouts are there from being up in the North right there, right? He had mac and cheese, and everybody knows me. I am a mac and cheese whore. I am a mac and cheese whore. Like, if your mac and cheese is not good, I'm gonna have some issues with that. I'm gonna have some problems. That mac and cheese, oh god, oh, it was delicious. It was good. That mac and cheese was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that mac and cheese was great. It was delicious. I loved it. I loved it, man. That mac and cheese was delicious right there. That's really good. And I met some good people there at the content creator cookout too. Like some people were streaming the event. I was doing some videos. I was doing some pictures and stuff like that. And I had no problem with people streaming because, like I said, it's called a content creator cookout. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's content creator cookout. So it's like, shut up late at 3 p.m. and still waited for 2 hours long. It was insane. Whoa. So you showed up at 3 p.m. and still waited for 2 hours. Oh my god. I thought you got there like early afternoon or something. Wow. Like, I know we touched based on this before, but like, were they just like not, were they unorganized right there? It was just like a lot of people. Like, how, like, it's just crazy, like, how you're in line for 2 hours. I feel bad for you right there, man. Like, that's almost like, that's like half the day. Like, that's like most majority of the day right there for you. Got there at late 3 p.m. Waited in line for 2 hours. So it's like you didn't get done. You didn't get done to like 5, and by the time you get there, it's like 2 hours of the con left. That is insane. That is insane, y'all. Yes, God, I'm sorry I had to go through that. But hey, the only positive that I can say is that you met 3 amazing queens. That's all I'm gonna say. Jeez, god damn. Mm-mm-mm. My god. A lot of people in line up. 3 times? I know you were pissed. I know you were pissed.
Again.
I know you were pissed. I know you were pissed. Oh my god. Oh my god. I know you were pissed right there. I know you're pissed. But no, like I said, Thursday, like I said, the kind of cookout was great. It was a lot of fun. Got back to my hotel room, relaxed, had dinner. Yeah, man. Around the building 3 times, man. Like, unless people were thinking that, like, okay, most people already got their badges on Thursday, we should be good. They probably all thought the same thing. Yeah, no, that's a good thing right there. You know what's funny? My first time at DreamCon, when I was waiting in line to get my badge, I met two people right there, and I told them to this day right there. So it's like the badge, like, you can make friends at the badge line. As much how annoying the badge line can be, you can make friends at the badge line. You can oddly make friends at that badge line right there. Like, much as like it's annoying and frustrating, you can make friends at the line right there. Excuse me. You can make friends at the line right there. That's, trust me, is that the place you want to be at, waiting for a very long ass time? But like I said, making friends at the badge line is it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. But like I said, once again on Thursday, I did like I said, I did two pre parties. I did a cabaret pre party. Had a pre party on Thursday. The line to get drinks was ridiculous. I had to leave. I had to, cause I'm like, yo, it's taking way too long, taking way too long for that damn line to get a drink right there. But luckily, I bought a ticket for the R&B only. Shout out to Land Party. Land Party always hosts good, great parties right there, and that the R&B night was great. As I said, people don't know me. I'm an R&B fan, especially old R&B music, like old R&B 90s, R&B 2000s. I would say mainly more early 2000s. Not to say that the whole 2000 R&B was bad, but like I would say like prime R&B it was like late 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Mid 2000s was still good, but like I feel as though it was like the prime years R&B right there. But no, the R&B party was great, and unfortunately, Land Party had to change their venue at the last minute, so that sucked. That was annoying right there. But I would say it on Thursday at Mets kind of creators actually follow. Like I saw I'm Wrestle Petty right there. Actually, let me show you. I'm gonna go through some pictures as well too. Let's see here. Let's see here. No. Go through some photos right here. Whenever this thing the kind of share my screen a little bit as well. Let's see percent. Share screen. Let's see here. Yeah, I got a picture of me and Raps Up Petty. Yo, people were fucking with my shirt at the cookout. My like I had to wear this shirt for the cookout. Like it only made sense. Like I was thinking about wearing the like the customized baseball jerseys from Anime 8, but I'm like, you know what? Let me wear In Your Face's art. Black art matters right there. I feel as though that should definitely sort of show right there. A lot of people were commenting on my shirt right there, and I feel as though that was the perfect place to wear my shirt right there. But yeah, no, Rap So Petty, man. If y'all love hood anime voiceovers, that's gotta go to right there, man. Like his videos are so damn funny. I love Rap So Petty right there. Like I thought I'm not I can't speak for him though, but I feel as though that video of him of doing the French girl summoning Magarata when he did that shit, it's like I summoned Big Robert the Op Stopper. I feel as though that like video like took him off right there. Not to say it was not successful before that, but I feel as though like that was just treading everywhere right there. Like that shit was fire. Like that shit was fire. I also saw another guy on Thursday at the pre-party. Now, granted, I didn't get a picture of him because most of his name is Sage. Most of the time on this podcast, he always has a do rag right there. So one of the first times we actually don't see him without a do rag right there. It's like, yeah, man, no picture for me right there. Which I understand. I didn't want to be rude or anything like that, but I'm like, yo, aren't you Sage from Let's Cure the Buck podcast right there? He's like, yeah, man. But yeah, you don't have to do it right there, but I know who you are though. You know what I'm saying? But cool guy though, man. Cool guy. Like I said, I didn't want to like, you know, catch him right there what I had been on right there. But that was cool. Like he was a real cool guy. But now let's get to the day of the con. The day of the con, first day. Now, if it's one thing I see a lot at DreamCon. Now, yes, Jessica said about people wrapped around the building 3 times, right? But when for people wait outside to get inside. Like they'll be waiting for about like hours. Like people will wait inside just to like get inside right there. They'll be at there for like an hour before it starts. But they'll still be waiting for like like it'll be 10 o'clock and they're still waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like they really like just wait. I'm just sitting in my hotel room. I'm like, y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna just wait for y'all. I'm gonna just wait for y'all. Right now, Friday I cosplayed as Trunks. I had the wig on, but the wig was very annoying, and I like it. so I eventually took it off right there. But Friday, I couldn't really get impatient because at a tier list. Now, I want to say a big shout out to Shonen Showdown because he definitely is. And I said this thousand times already. I'm sorry that sound like a broken record right there, but I'm saying like I like to give people their homage when it's due right there. So it's like I wouldn't be doing this without Shonen Showdown because last year at DreamCon he had his the big three tier list right there. And most of the time I hate tier lists because it's just so objective. It's like what I'm saying, like people don't like to listen to the reason right there. But like when I saw that tier list, it looked like a lot of fun. Like everything I had against tier list kind of went out the window right there for whatever reason. Like I can't really explain it, right? So fast forward to next DreamCon, I had a tier list, right? But since it's DreamCon, black owned, black made, I'm like, you know what? Let's get some black anime characters, right? And let's do a tier list, right? And what makes my tiers different from other tiers is that, like, I have different categories. It's not an S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D, E, F. No, it's like it's different categories. It's like, the time when I had like culture impact, great impact, amazing, good, and so had potential right there, right? So it's like I want y'all to think when you rate these characters, not like who's your favorite. It's like for these black animated characters, it's like, you're deciding like who made the biggest impact, right? And that was a great idea, right? Now, mind you, I had a good amount of people, what I'm saying, like stopping by, putting, doing their putting on their spots right there, but like, bruh, I got trapped twice. Twice. So let me see if I can show you guys a picture right there. Because like I said, for people that don't know, I couldn't move. I can move right there. Like I said, I'll show you guys some videos right there actually for a minute. I'll show you guys some little bit of videos. Let's see here. Let's see here. Like I'm gonna show you. Like mind you. Okay, no, let me go. Actually, no, let me do this one video right here. Actually, y'all look so fat in this picture, dog. I look so fucking fat. I look fat in this. I look fat in this shit. Here, oh my god, I look fat as hell, bro. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I meant like black culture when I said that too. And shout out to the camera people because I had no camera guy. Now, mind you, that looks all fine, right? That looks fine. Like, okay, you're just saying, like, good amount of people showing up right there doing tours, right? Now, here's where it gets, a bit chaotic, right? This is where it gets chaotic, right? I mean, and y'all see this on my TikTok already. Y'all see this on my TikTok already, right? Actually, no. Let's wait a little bit. Let's wait a little bit. Hold on, hold up. Let's wait a little bit. Hold up. See, look. They're knowing what the topic is. They're thinking. Listen, it's so right. Like I said, it's not so bad. Like we have people with the beta and shit like that. It's not so bad. But here's where it got chaotic. I like for Uncle Ruckus. I got trapped to the corner right there. I got trapped to the wall. I was trapped to the wall right there, y'all. Oh, you can't hear it? Hold up. Let me see. Hmm. Let me see. Let me see here. Huh. Hey, is Niall the only one that can't hear, or is everyone else can't hear it as well? That's odd they can't hear it. Hmm. Let me see. Mic to speaker. Oh, they can't. Y'all can't hear it. Let's see. That's weird. You guys can't hear that shit. That's very odd. Well, let's see. Let's see if this works better. Let's see if this works better. Oh no. Not hear me, but like hear the video. I'm gonna try a different screen. What the party? Okay, it's low. Okay, so it's low. Okay. All right, it's low. Okay. See if I can hear it now. Hold on. Let's present screen, share screen, window. To share audio, tab a screen, share it. Oh, okay. I see now. Okay. Says to share audio, share a tab or a screen instead. Okay, now I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, listen, y'all see how I was, I was like a regular guy, decent amount of people, right? And I just get trapped. I just get trapped. I just get freaking trapped. The other thing, I looks mad red. It's mad pink. Mad pink. Looks mad pink, y'all. He looks mad pink. But yeah, no, like I said, I just got trapped. Like, this is why Friday and Saturday, I couldn't see that many people. Because no matter where I went with the tier list, it was like, oh, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't move. Like, I couldn't move, but like, it was still great content though, because, DreamCon, tagged me in their story. Like, that was great. Like, that was amazing. I couldn't, picture better than that. But also, Anime Sundays, Nighthawk. I'm sure Nighthawk knows Anime Sundays. Jessica and Karma. Anime Sundays is the content creator down in Atlanta. He does anime content, and he actually like recorded, my tier list when it was all like a bunch of motherfuckers out there just going crazy and shit like that. He tagged his friend named yeah, no, I'm sure if you saw a picture of him, you'll know him. I'm sure if you saw a picture of him, you'll know him, right? And so he he basically recorded, showed my tier list, right? Tagged his friend, showing in Showdown, what I'm saying, hey man, you started this, you started a revolution, which he did. Now, I wasn't the only tier list guy that was going around that day. There was another guy going on that Friday, and it was had people rank, content creators right there. So he's ranking, like RDC, Aiden Ross, fuck that guy, AMP, Duke Dennis, Kai Sinai. He's basically saying like, hey, rank these content creators right there. Well, it was a cool idea. It was a cool idea, but I feel like mine's was better. No. His was cool. His was cool, but like like I said, but mine was mainly for the culture and everything right there. And like like I said, it was great. It was great. Like the farthest I went was to the exhibit hall. That was the place that I could really go to. Like I went to the exhibit hall for a little bit, and I was still like, trapped. Like I was at the like main hall for about like at least like 2 hours, stuck there for at least 2 hours. And the exhibit hall, I was there for at least, an hour, right? But like, in order for me to move, I would have to carry the tier list backwards. Pretty much, like having the characters face me. So I can at least, just move. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the thing I could do. I had to move. So it's like, you know what? Let me put the tier list in front of me so I actually, like, maneuver and whatnot, right? So I get to the second floor, and that's like I got trapped again. You know what I'm saying? But listen, it was all good content though. Like it was great content. I had a lot of people, discussing and talking, right? Like I said, I want my tiers to be like, what, let's have a, even though it's a very chaotic conversation, we're still listening to, but like, okay, I see what you're saying right there. Like, okay, you make some good points right there, right? So it's like I want y'all to think. Like I don't want y'all to be like, oh, he's cool, right? No, think. Look at the categories right there. Like actually think, be like, okay, I see what you're saying right there, right? Like, okay, so I had this one guy, and I'm not trying to show him right there. I don't know him personally, but I'm sure he's a cool guy, right? Now, I'm sure y'all know Tiana from Princess and the Frog, right? You know what I'm saying? The first Black Disney princess, right? So before the chaos happened, with my tier list, right? This guy, you know, saw someone put Tiana in, culture impact, right? Which that's fair, right? Because I'm saying like a lot of kids took their families, a lot of black families took their kids to movie theaters to see The Princess and the Frog. I remember me and my family we went there in theaters right there on opening day. It was great, right? So the one guy had her at, culture impact, right? And this other guy said, nah, Tiana Kun, right? Well, first off, she was mainly a frog on me, which yes, she was mainly a frog in the movie, which I have my gripes about that. I did, but I still enjoyed the movie, right? But that wasn't the main reason why she called he called her a coon because she married a Latino guy, Prince. And I'm like, dog, really? Really? Like we going that route right now? Like we going that route because she married outside her race. We're gonna go that route right there. Like I don't know if he's listening. I don't know if he was listening to Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't know if Dr. Umar Johnson is his main guy. Like what I'm saying. Like the pro black stuff. It's like I don't want to talk about it on people. I really don't. But it's like this is where I feel as the pro black can be a bit on the too extreme side. Like, okay, she was the most of the movie, right? Okay. But her married Latino guy, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I did not have a problem with that. Like, that was the least of my concern with that film. So I was like, well, damn, bro, like, yeah, man, like, she impacted a lot of little girls, a lot of black girls right there. Like, the first ever black Disney princess right there, that meant a lot. Like that meant a lot right there. And just to call her a coon right there, I'm just like, well, damn, bro, like, why you gotta be like that? Like, why you gotta be like that? I didn't like that. Like that, it was very. I thought it was very tough. Like that was harsh. Like that was very very harsh right there, right? But there are some also things that kind of bother me too with the tier list, right? And again, people don't try to mix my words up right there, right? There was one person, right, that was not within the culture, right? And he says, "Oh man, you got to put on records at Culture Impact right there." And I'm like, a guy that's not in the culture telling, us to put Uncle Ruckus at the top of the tier list right there. I'm like,
You see this shit?
now granted, I'm not trying to call a guy racist. I don't think he means any harm, but it's like, what I'm saying? Like, when I see a guy outside the culture ranking ranking Uncle Ruckus very, very high.
What kind of shit is that?
You know what I'm saying? Like that is just yeah. Like it was it was a little bit cringe. I was like, ugh. Like I know you don't mean any harm, but it's like culture impact. Yeah, it's a minimum. It's sus. It's very sus. Now there's another guy now up in the culture ranking them, saying, oh, this character should go here, this character should go here, and it's like, dog, like, do you know that this culture impact, right, doesn't really affect you? It doesn't really affect you. You can see his impact, but does it really affect you? Are you part? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you should not be here, but you're not going to feel what it means by culture impact. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say you don't belong here, but culture impact is different. It's within the culture, but you know what I'm saying? That's why people, it's like, we we tend to not protect our culture as much sometimes. It's kind of annoying. But like nonetheless though, I would say that, Friday was a successful night right there. I saw Jessica and her friends towards the end of Friday. I literally took all my characters off the tier list board because I'm saying if I walked around there again, I was gonna get stopped regardless. So I'm like, I was saying to people, hey guys, I gotta go meet up with my friend. I want to thank y'all. This was great, but I gotta go. I gotta go. And we saw the October Cabaret for like towards the end of the night, and it was cool. The cabaret's always fun. It's always fun. Those girls, man, they know what they're doing. Those girls at Otago Cabaret, they know what they're doing. Saying they know what they're doing. They do a great job, a really, really good job performing right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't help but say, be happy about it, right? But listen, I don't think I got that many pictures on Friday though. let's say, oh yeah, here's the one list. Here's the one list that I had. Like I said, here is the one list. I believe this was after the crazy hectic one. I think that was after. Yeah, that was after. That was after. That was the that was after the storm right there. I still had a storm. It was two storms. It was one storm and it was two storms. It was only two storms. And I'll say this, man. After that, I was tired. I was tired. I was really, really tired. Like I said, doing that tier list all day, I was really, really tired. Like I felt so bad for Pan because I'm like, oh my god, I'm just too tired right now. I don't feel like it. Like for the very first time at a con, I was up for going for after parties, right? That was the one time I was like, nah, I don't feel like going out right there. I eventually did go out towards the end of the night. I got there for like the last hour, but I'm not gonna lie. I should have went to the Trap House Sushi party on Friday night. That one seemed to be a lot more fun. And then I love Land Party, but I feel as though there were so many Friday after parties going on that night. I don't know if well the Grown Six party had a chance. Honestly, it was at the same venue as R&B only. Like most of the Land parties took place at the same venue. I guess due to the fact that they had to do change of plans right there. But that one was like it was still cool, but like I was just tired. And like I said, a lot of people said that, it wasn't as busy as Thursday night was. Now Saturday, yeah, Saturday was the crazy one. Saturday was the crazy one. Now as y'all know, I did the waifu tier list, and my lord, y'all, that was crazy. Like that was crazy. Now you're probably not gonna be able to hear this, but this was the first one. This was the comment for the storm right here. I do feel as though I have to change the rules of oops shit. Damn it. Hold up. Remove this. Let's see here. I did feel as though I have to change the rules and do the usual rule of just either you pick a character or you change a character. Shout out to this guy. Yes, he kept on going. He kept asking me like which character is which, and like I didn't know all of their names. I remember their faces. Yeah, that guy kept on going. That guy kept on going. He kept on going. But then it gets really crowded though. It gets really really crowded. Yeah, it got crazy. Listen, it got crazy. It got crazy from here on out right there. But I want to say a big shout out to Pam for recording because I know it was not easy. I know it was not easy right there. But shout out to my friend Pam for recording us right there. Because I said, I ain't got no camera guy. I ain't got no camera guy. So, no. But like I said, we had so much shit going on right there. But like, here was the biggest part right here. This was probably the biggest part right here. Let me see. Let's see right there. This part right here. Not this one. Not this one. But y'all saw it though. Y'all said.
Y'all won't, but I'm gonna judge y'all asses if y'all do this one. Oh, welcome. This is the wifey tier. Oh, what the hell, y'all?
And they're in the categories too.
I mean, she low key right now.
She wants lifetime for her man. She reincarnated for her man. Okay.
You're right. You're right.
She reincarnated into a whole nother life form just to be with Endymion. That's right. Nah.
That's fair.
Not dying for nobody.
We had to restart this thing too. We restarted this. Like when we got into the exhibit hall right there, we did a restart. We did a restart of the whole entire waifu list right there. But this is probably the best part right here. It was probably this part. It's probably this part right here. Quiet.
Hello, y'all. Hello, how y'all doing?
Sorry for the audio issues right there. You know, that was funny though. Like that was funny. Like she gets there. Shout out to her. I forgot her name right there, but I gave her a follow on Instagram. I forgot her name. I feel bad about that. Wait, hold on. Let me go ahead and look over her name right there before I look at a fucking jackass right now. Let me look at her name right there. My God, I feel so bad. Come on. It was I am something. It was I am something. Yeah, I am Kyra right there. I am Kira. So shout out to her right there for her ramen cosplay. Like I said, by the time she walked over, it was like a moment of silence right there. It was a moment of silence right there, and then bam. By the time she puts her character on a ride or die, everybody just starts going crazy right there. Like that was crazy. Like that was really cool. And behind that same spot we were at was the DDG fight. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Like that's gonna be my gripes with DreamCon right there. Like we'll talk about that a little bit later, right? But no, the waifu tales was a lot of fun. Like I said, couldn't move, but you know, on Saturday I met up with Jessica and her friends again, and we saw we watched the little the poet thing. That was really cool. Actually, you know what? Oh, no, that's what it was like. It was a talent show in a way, but I don't know if I can if y'all will be able to hear this or not, because there was one guy that sang the Smiling Bomb at that talent show, and he did a really, really good job. I don't know if I had that on video or not. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna post it on my I'm gonna post it on my TikTok and Instagram. I'll show it to you guys a little bit later. But that was really good. Like I said, this. Let me see. Open mic. Okay, it was the open mic. Yeah. No, they did a really good job. They did a really, really good job. Like the motherfuckers are poets, rappers, singers. They did a really, really good job. They did a really, really good job. I loved it. I loved it. You may need to put your social media handle on the tier list so people. You know, somebody was telling me the same thing. Somebody was telling me the same exact thing, and I probably should. If y'all agree with with Karma on there, say yes in the chat right there. If y'all agree, say yes if y'all agree. What Karma said that I should put my social media handle on the tier list. Because we saw that somebody posted my tier list on it. I'm like, that's my tier list. Tag me in that, please. Please. Actually, you know what? All right, so if y'all posted the tier list on social media, if y'all get some money from that, I want some money from that too. I want my incentive right there. I want my incentive. So if y'all, like I said, if y'all have my tier list from DreamCon on your social media, if y'all get paid on social media, I want my money too. I want my money too. I want my incentive. Yes, Jessica. Thank you, Jessica. By the way, I like the picture on there. By the way, I like that icon. Yeah, no, I can see why a lot of people were not happy with Tiana being a fraud for the whole time. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, like I said, if y'all have my wife retailers in your videos and you're getting paid, I want my incentive. I want my incentive. Please, I want my restitution. I want my money too. Please put money in there until I said somebody posted it and Karma. Yeah, he is. He is. He is. He is. But no, Karma posted on the comment, be like, "Hey, that's my boy Knuckles Taylor's right there." And I'm like, "Yeah, there we go, Karma. Get my bag right there." No, like Karma. Listen, if y'all don't know, like me and Karma go back to college. We know each other for over 10 years now, which is kind of crazy now because life is going that by as fast. But like, I'm a very humble guy, but Karma is like. Wait, Karma. Are you like behind on the live right there? Because like, I'm not saying that you're behind, but it's like we went past that part already. Are you like behind on the live right now? I think you are. I think you are behind. I think you're behind on the live right now. There's a vein. Yeah, are you behind on this? I think you're behind with the live right now. You're behind on that. But yeah, no, I said if y'all tag my yeah, if y'all have my waifu tier list on there, I want money too. I want my money too. I want my money too. But no, that was cool. Um, the the 90s 2000 parties was fire. The 90s 2000 party was amazing. That was great. That was a very good after party right there. Same venue, same venue for the third time. That was a lot of fun though. Like I said, the music was popping. I was wide awake for that one. Like I was ready to go. I was tipsy. I was tipsy that night. I was tipsy that night. But also, shout out to DreamCon for the Postmates code right there. Because my God, honestly, the more money I spent on was the food. Like not necessarily the con itself, but like food. Like okay, so I posted on their TikTok, and I gotta agree with them, right? Um, you're gonna spend at least arguably maybe $2,000 at DreamCon because your hotel is gonna be at least 1,000 something, like 1,200, 1,300. That's how much your hotel's gonna be, right? They gotta do like Ubers, lifts, because none of the after parties this year were close within like walking distance. Like Austin, you could walk to a lot. You could walk to almost every after party, right? In Houston, you had to at least call an Uber or Lyft to get to your place right there because not everything was close. I guess being in a bigger city that would happen right there, but yeah, none of the after parties were close. You're gonna spend money on food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's not like you brought a cooked meal over from your home. It's not into the airport. It's not you did that. You didn't do that, right? So like food, after parties, alcohol. It's a lot. You're gonna spend a lot of money on this trip. You are, and if you want to buy stuff from at the con, So you're gonna buy a lot of things at DreamCon. No. Correct. You're gonna spend a lot of money. Like I said, I didn't spend anything at the con because I was just with the tier list. But like you're gonna be spending a lot of money on your trip. Like I said, mostly more money on food. It's mainly that. Like I said, I spent more money on food than anything else. But yeah, thank God for that Postmates code. Hopefully they'll have that next year. I'm hoping so because that would be a lifesaver. And then on Sunday was when I actually walked around the con, and then I didn't have any tears with me right there. So I was actually like walking around, talking to my friends. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. Like it was still bittersweet because it was the last day. Because I could actually walk around, but it was I could walk around, but it was the last day. So it's not like and you come back to the same area when the next day. You know what I'm saying? So it was great. Like I said, overall, DreamCon was great, right? And China Sushi Party was great as well. You know, but we gotta talk about the negatives too. We gotta talk about the negatives. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was looking forward to this part of the whole podcast right there. We gotta talk about the negatives of DreamCon. And I'm not talking about planning wise, RSVP wise. I'm talking about something else. And y'all know I'm going with this. I posted on my own Instagram and my TikTok as well. I asked, is DreamCon changing? What do you mean by that, right? Now, DreamCon for me the first time was 2023. Was in Austin, right? Believe that was the fifth time. That was DreamCon's fifth year, right? It's always been in Waco, Texas, right? During those times, I feel as though DreamCon was being more about anime gaming, like strictly just pure anime gaming, this that, and the third, right? Now, Mark did say on a podcast with Amon Shepard that DreamCon is more than just an anime and game convention, right? It's making connections, networking. If you have a dream, you can achieve it. And I get all that. Like, you go to DreamCon, it says welcome dreamers, you know what I'm saying? Getting your pictures. They also have a social media screen as well. That was really, really dope, right? It was amazing, right? But the biggest thing that I had with DreamCon, and that was for me, were these IRL streamers, right? Like my first year experience in 2023, I didn't see much of them, right? I saw maybe one or two of them in 2024, but this year, now mind you, this was a week after Kai Sanat's Streaming University, right? So pretty much everybody from Streaming University was there. Everybody from Streaming University was there, right? Like it was crazy how many of them, right? Like everywhere I walked, everywhere I looked, I see somebody, just hold on to their phone, streaming. Now, granted, I was making some content too, but like I'm not live streaming because I'm not live streaming. And most of the time when people live stream, they tend to want to get that clip of a moment, right? Now, I'm gonna show you this one video, right? And this shit was mad corny, right? So there's this girl named Snowcone, and she was at Streaming University, right? Now, we all understand that Meg Thee Stallion was at DreamCon, right? And we all know about the whole Tory Lane situation, right? And there's a whole controversy where DreamCon, liked the post of Tory Lanez when right below when Meg Thee Stallion was going to be at the convention, right? Which Mark did address that, and he said that it was an accident from the one girl, and I'm like, how do you accidentally like that post? But nonetheless, that's not that's over here or there, right? But this one girl, right? Let me show I share your screen as well too. This is why I want to show you this because this shit was corny. This shit was whack, right? There's a lot of people saying, "Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and say free Tory Lane and shit like that, right? All right, just look at this shit, right?
What the hell is
I don't know what this is.
It's Megan Thee Stallion's new tequila, so you get to test it out and take a picture in the photo booth. Yeah, you can come check it out.
I don't know. It's really free Tory, so I don't know. I said it's free Tory. It's for Megan Thee Stallion. I'm good. We signed with my man's Tory.
Fuck out of here with that shit, y'all. Like, to me, it just showed that they didn't know she was even gonna be here. And what shows to me that it's like, all these RO streamers, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't know what event they were going to. They didn't know what DreamCon was. Like, one of them was telling the dev saying that, oh, what's this event? And it's like, wait, you don't know what this event's about? Now I get it, he's young, he's not gonna know everything right there, but it's like, how you not know what this event is and you're here? You know what I'm saying? Even if you think that Turtle is innocent, like, get that shit out of here, y'all. Like, we don't need that shit. We don't need that shit over here, right? And here was another thing that bothered me, right? Sure, this happens done. All right. Now, there's also the streamer named Neon, right? Not a very good guy. Don't like the guy. He's a very toxic streamer, right? So here, I didn't know he was at DreamCon. Wait.
No, I'm tweaking. Let's go. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Your girlfriend's a whore and you should kill yourself.
Whoa. Wait. Well, I don't think this is DreamCon actually. Hold up. Wait, hold up. What? I'm wrong. I thought this was at DreamCon. No, this isn't DreamCon.
No, I'm tweaking. Let's go. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
wait. This isn't DreamCon. Okay, no, I stand corrected, y'all. I thought this happened at DreamCon. From whatever I was saying, I thought this was at DreamCon. Oh, okay. Oh wow. This wasn't okay. Wait, was it? Was it DreamCon?
Your girlfriend's a whore and you should kill yourself.
What'd you say? What'd you say? You know what's crazy? Look at yourself. Look at yourself. Look at yourself, bro. Look at yourself.
I'll dump you on Genki, bro. On Genki, I'll dump you, bro. Bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Bro, Leon, you're about to. What are you retarded? What am I? What? Huh?
Why are you chasing after something?
No,
Okay, never mind. It wasn't at DreamCon then. Okay. I stand corrected. I thought this was at DreamCon. That doesn't look like you. No, that was not DreamCon. That was not DreamCon. But regardless, though, right? The one kid goes to the guy, wants to get a picture of Neon. Gets a picture of him and says, your girlfriend's a whore, you should kill yourself. That shit is fucking wild. And you're walking away while saying that too. Like being I don't want to say the word right there, but you're being a wuss about that shit. Like, stand still and say it right there. Like, no, like that clip farming is disgusting. It really is. But the big thing we gotta talk about that happened at DreamCon was the DDG fight. Which, by the way, that DDG fight happened right behind us when my wife could tell us right there. I literally turned around and see a dude get body slammed right there. It was crazy, right? Now, that seemed to be like, I'm not saying that was the biggest thing that happened at DreamCon, but like, it was the one thing where everybody was talking about it on their social media and everything, right? But I'm gonna say this. Now, okay, no, let's go back to the history, right? This one streamer, I don't know what the guy's name is, right? But he was going to DreamCon for the sole purpose of, like trolling DDG, right? By calling him doo-doo garbage. Now, doo-doo garbage was a name by this one streamer named Luminati, or whatever his name is, saying that, DDG's rapper, you're trash, blah, 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 you doo-doo garbage, this, that, and the third, right? And DDG does not like being called that, right? So the one guy, him, Glazer, and Illuminati, right? He goes with the sole purpose of, saying calling DDG due to garbage, right? Now, let me say this, like I said before. I don't condone violence at a con. I don't think violence at a con should ever happen. That's obviously what we're going to the con for. You're not supposed to be going to the con to fight people, right? You should not be fighting anybody at a con, right? But you also should not be going to a con to antagonize somebody, right? And the guy fucked around and found out. Like all these people on social media talking shit, coming in person right there, thinking they're gonna be fine. No, people are gonna fuck you up for that type of shit right there. You know what I'm saying? So like the guy that got body slammed, I'm sorry, but he had it coming. He had it coming, right? Like I said, pause. I don't think you should be fighting at a convention. There should be no fighting, right? But you should not be antagonizing somebody as well. Like everyone's mad at EDG for having his brother fight that one guy, right? But y'all ain't mad at a guy that antagonized him. Like, okay, despite it not being a serious word or whatever like that, but it's like we all have words that we get triggered by. Like there might be a small word to me where it might be a trigger thing to you right there. You know what I'm saying? So for that guy to go in there for the sole purpose to annoy somebody, listen, you're not even at the con to even have a good time to watch anime or gaming. You're just there to piss off somebody right there. So it's like you're there for the wrong reasons. DDG's minding his own business. He's just chilling. Even like I said, the thing of him and Haley Bailey, that shit is very toxic right there. I'm staying away from that. But like, nonetheless, though, DDG is minding his own business, and this guy thought it was going to be joking. But you know what? Let me go ahead and say it right there. But his brothers were around you right there, and they said, "What'd you say?" He should have read the room and just left. He should be like, "You know what, man? I said nothing. I said nothing. I said nothing." He should just walked away right there. Just, well, you know what? I'm out. I didn't say anything right there, right? He should have just left. But like I said, you should not be antagonizing somebody at a con. Like we're all just trying to have a good time. But for some reason, he's the hero of all this shit right there. No, F that shit, man. I said, if you show something online, you try to do this shit in person right there, that's what happens. Like I said, I'm sorry there had to be a fight right there, but it's like you should not be antagonizing somebody right there. Like leave people alone. Like leave people alone. And that guy who he did it for, the Illuminati guy, even the Illuminati guy was like, "Yo, bro, what the fuck are you doing? This shit was stupid. You're a dumbass." And now the guy's banned from the event, as he should be. Now DDG, I don't know. Quite honestly, I don't think this was DDG event. Like I said, Streamer University was a week prior DreamCon, so it's like had Streamer University and DreamCon not be next to one another, like we probably wouldn't see all this many IRL streamers coming into DreamCon, right? But here's my thing, right? I'm not trying to gatekeep. I don't want to be a guy that says, "Hey, you should be loud here, blah blah blah." Right? I said I love anime. It's my passion, right? I love it. It really got me going through some dark times, right? Now, anime is very, very popular now. And, there's people saying, "Oh, y'all should not be allowed in my anime community, yada, yada, this, and the third," right? Like, I never want to say it's my anime community because at the end of the day, I didn't make anime. The Japanese did. So I'm not going to say it's my anime community right there. Like, I'm a fan. Like, I should not be telling people the who or should can't watch anime. Like I'm not the creator of this shit right there. I'm not. I mean that's very arrogant of me to say that, right? That's just my opinion, though, honestly, right? Like anybody can watch anime, right? But at least have respect for the culture of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like people. How can I say this? I feel as though DreamCon it's like losing its identity in a way. Like I still think the anime nerds are gonna outweigh these IRL streamers, right? But like this is the year where it just felt different because, like I said, everyone's looking for that club of more right there. Like there's so many streamers right there. Like I said, DreamCon they work with AMP, and they're not really animators. Oh, as far as I know, they're just content creators. Like they're not really like I would say they're not really on the anime side. They're big on the gaming side, but they're not really on the anime side of things, right? Like we don't want to say that anime is not for everybody. Everybody can watch anime, right? But it's like you're kind of seeing the change where it's like everyone wants to watch anime because it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing to do. It's a cool thing to do, and it's like, yeah, you can love it, but it's like show respect for it. You know, just don't do it because it's a popular thing to do. Like you do feel some type of way where it's like, damn man, now y'all watch anime when y'all making fun of me for that shit back in the day. Now y'all want to watch it. You know, like it's it's weird. It's listen. I like to where anime is at right now, but you're still like, ugh. Now y'all motherfuckers like anime all of a sudden. But like I said, I I'm very curious to know if Kai and I will do another streaming university, and if they do another streaming university, it's gonna be within that week prior before DreamCon because I hope not because honestly, those are our streamers right there, man. I just wasn't a fan of them. I really wasn't. Now I'm pretty sure some of them were there for good purpose for good intentions, but the others were just nah. But despite all that, I still had a great time at DreamCon. I still did, and I'm hoping to bring in more friends with me next year, just for them to experience DreamCon for the first time because they're missing out. They're gonna love this con. Now, my one friend, he's been on my stream a bunch of times. He's not an anime fan, but he's a gaming fan. But he's not one of those. He's not a streamer right there. He is not. But like, there's a lot of things that he'll like at that con though. There is. So hopefully he can go next year. And like I said, we're gonna have a group next year. We're gonna have a group next year. But listen, I love DreamCon. It's already one of my favorite cons of all time. I still have New York Comic Con up there as well. I do. Like, I would say like my top three would probably have to be DreamCon and or DreamCon, Anime NYC, and New York Comic Con. Those had to be like my three favorite cons. Oh no, top four, Dragon Con in there as well. I got my Dragon Con in there as well. I have to. But no, nonetheless though, DreamCon was a lot of fun. Can't wait for next year. I don't know if they're gonna address these IRL streamers. I highly doubt because I said if they sit here and say, "Oh, IRL streamers are not allowed to be here at DreamCon," that kind of defeats the purpose of DreamCon in a way. So it's like, like I said, you don't want to say no one belongs here, right? But it's like you see the move funny right there. You're like, oh, these dudes right now, you're, you know what I'm saying? Like these IRL streamers right there, man. Like they're annoying. I can't. But nonetheless, though, this Dragon was a lot of fun. Can't wait for next year. So if y'all tuned into this video right there, please give this video a like. Thank y'all for tuning in in the live chat. I really, really appreciate y'all. I'll add some clips from this YouTube video as well. But everybody, y'all have a good night. Hope you have a great weekend. My next con is Command Con, which is next weekend. I'm actually, gonna be working on a booth right there, so that's gonna be a lot of fun right there. So I'll get there for free. That's gonna be great. It's actually right, not too far from me. It's about an hour and a half from me, so it's not a plane ride for me away, so which is great. I don't spend too much money, but you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be a good opportunity for me, and we'll see where we go from there. But anyway, folks, y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe, and like Jake always says, there is no such thing as life better than yours. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.